Be Inspired TV. Everything in life can be taught, and it's possible that you can be at the level you aspire to be in life. Join your host, Pastors Lenny and Nancy Tarengwa, as they take us through inspired life success tips.
Hello everyone, welcome again to this inspiring episode of Be Inspired. And in life, everything can be taught. You know, sometimes when you look at how God created this world, he made sure that we are not independent of other people. He made sure that we should coordinate. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about what can make you a better person in life. And in this episode also, we're going to be inspiring you to be a better entrepreneur, to be a better person in life. And in this program, I'm blessed to have one of the giants in Zimbabwe, a very interesting, enterprising entrepreneur, a very youngster who God has raised in the marketplace. I call him the marketplace millionaire, the marketplace apostle. And it is my singular honor again to welcome to this program today, Mr. Munyaradzi Gwatidzo, the CEO of Astro Mobile Zimbabwe. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Pastor Lenny.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very good. Good to have you on the program.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. How is family?
Family is blessed.
You know,
everyone is excited.
Sure.
Yeah.
We thank God. And today I've got youngsters in this, especially our nation, Zimbabwe, who's trying, to up their lives, who's trying to start something, to be better people in life, to reach the levels where you have reached. And today they are privileged to have somebody who have walked this journey. At what stage, Mr. Gwatidzo, did you start business?
I think I basically started business when I was still a teenager. Mm-hmm. I think it was not by design, but it was basically by default.
All right.
I grew up pretty much as an orphan. My mother passed away when I was 9 years old. And, I didn't really know my father. So when my mother passed away, I think me and my siblings, we were kind of forced to be enterprising. Mm-hmm. So from that time, that's when I actually started to learn how to buy and sell stuff. Okay. For us to be able to actually survive. So I would want to say that that's the time when I started business. It was when I was 9 years old.
9 years?
Yeah.
Wow. There's no age that God really said at this age you should start a business. You are hearing from Mr. Gwatidzo that at the age of 9 years he started business. And do you still recall what was the first thing that you did at 9 years before you reached where you are right now? The exact thing that you started selling, and at what price, if you still remember?
I might not really remember the price, but what I know is we used to go to Mbare Msika, because I was born in Mbare.
Wow.
I was raised in Mbare, so we used to go to Mbare Msika to buy tomatoes. So we'd buy a crate of tomatoes, then we then bring it at our yard, then you then repackage them into 5. I might not be so sure about the amount, but I think that was the first business that I started to do. At the age of 9. Obviously, I was doing this with my brothers and my sisters, but I was the younger one, so I was the one who was left to attend the little market that was in the front of our yard.
Wow. Yeah. I was actually studying your profile, and inside your profile, I saw that you were looking after your siblings at the age of 19, if I'm not mistaken. And how was it, to go to school and coming back from school? There's also some other people. You by yourself, you're actually trying to make it in life, and there's also other people that you're looking at. How difficult was it, and what was your inspiration to do that?
I think it's always difficult to look after children when you're also a child. But obviously circumstances, they force you to do that. But me, obviously, having grown up in a situation that I grew up in, it kind of cultivates love and responsibility in you. So to me, I was very excited to do it because I wanted to also make a difference in other people's lives. So ideally, I wouldn't have wanted my other siblings to have gone through the road that I had gone through. So I wanted to actually, create a better life for them. So it kind of, motivated me to say, you know what, I have to work very hard. So it kind of forced me to look for a job at a very young age. I think I started working when I was 18. And that time I couldn't, in as much as I had very good grades, I couldn't go straight to university because I had responsibilities. So I had to look for a job, and I had to then start going to school whilst I was actually working. So it kind of created a higher sense of responsibility in me.
So looking at now, you finding a job, you are starting now to do something. Is what you are doing now connected to what you did on your first job, or is it totally different?
It's totally different. So basically, my first job, I worked in a bank.
Okay.
So I worked as a clerk in a bank initially, and it's obviously unrelated to what I'm doing now. But I want to believe that whatever I was doing, it kind of shaped me to then end up doing what I then ended up doing. Because obviously, meeting different people each and every day, it kind of gave me inspiration to obviously pursue the dreams that I had within me. So basically, I've always been an entrepreneur. Like what I told you, from the age of 9, I already started buying and selling stuff. So when I was there, you then start to see other people running their own businesses, and it kind of like inspires you to say, you know what, if these people are also running their own businesses, I think I can also start my own thing, and I can also start pursuing my vision and my dream that I had.
And working from a bank into a mobile communications business, what really got into you, to make that shift from the financial man into mobile communications? What really happened between that time?
I think what happened is I was not satisfied.
So the word is satisfied?
Yeah, I was not satisfied by just having, an ordinary 8 to 5 job where I just wake up, go to work, 5 o'clock, go back home. So it helped me to invoke the talents that I had. So I've always had a passion for electronics. So pretty much on my spare times, I would then buy broken devices, fix them. And on a Friday after work, I would jump into a bus, go to Zambia and, sell those second-hand phones. Then on a Sunday, come back, arrive at 5 a.m., rush back home, bath, come back to work. So pretty much it then evoked that talent in me to say, you know what, I'm a technician, and I can start fixing phones. And that time, there weren't so many people that fixed phones in Zimbabwe. And in Zambia, they were actually starting to have their own mobile network. So there was a big market in Zambia. So typically, I could go there with 2 phones only. Wow. To sell, and then come back. And the money actually
make profit there?
Yeah, I think each phone was like about $100.
All right.
So I would go there, then sell $200. I'd make a profit of maybe $50.
All the way from here to Zambia just for $50?
Yeah.
Wow. So you are hearing what the captains of the industries are saying and what they've gone through. There are some people who feel that you need $1 million to start a business. They feel you need a couple of thousands to start a business. If somebody can travel all the way from here, close to about 1,000 kilometers to and from Zambia, just for $50, it shows that this person is focused. So no matter where you are, how much you have, you might not even have a cent in your pocket, but your mindset can start a business for you. We are hearing it from a champion himself, Mr. Munyaradzi Gwatidzo, the CEO of Astro Mobile Zimbabwe. And we are with him in the studio, trying to help you, to take him from at the age of 9. Right now, he's not even 40, and he has made it in life. Why? Because he has got passion and desire. And Mr. Gwatidzo, looking at now, you told me you went to Zambia with 2 mobile phones to sell, but now you've got interest in more than 15 countries. Your business is there. What's inspiring you? Why not only do business in Zimbabwe? Why taking it global like that? What's the secret behind that?
I think the secret is when you understand the possibility of doing great things, you become unstoppable.
Wow.
And I think the issue is, one thing that I've always wanted, even as a young man, was to be a man of significance.
Wow.
to actually have real impact in the world. I think, like what I told you, I grew up as an orphan. And one of the things that I told myself is I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that every orphan that I come across, they will not struggle to go to school because they've lost their parents. So to me, whenever I see the amount of business that I can do in Zimbabwe, I actually see that it won't get me the right amount of money for me to make, you know, a global impact in terms of actually making sure that that we do that. So every time I come across someone that I can help, it pushes me to work harder. It pushes me to do more. And also basically knowing that other people can do it. You know, there is nothing that can also stop us to do it. So for me, you know, the sky is the limit. We are living in a digital era where everything is connected. You're able to do business with people in China when you're here in Zimbabwe. You're able to do business with people in Australia when you're here in Zimbabwe. So pretty much there's nothing that can limit someone to say, I only want to sell things to people in Zimbabwe. So for us, we want to sell our products to the rest of Africa. We want to sell our products eventually to the rest of the world. And we believe that we've got the right products, we've got the right solutions, and there's nothing that can stop us to do that.
Wow. You know, you might be limited only to the small circle that you know, like as a Zimbabwean, you feel that almost every industry or every area of business is occupied. Yet we've got people that are looking outside Zimbabwe. Yes, they are carrying the flag of Zimbabwe outside, and they're proving the world that even in Zimbabwe, we can dominate the world. So let's not the sky be your limit. But as long as you are aspiring to do something, there are people already who are doing it. There are people already who are taking things globally. And if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to, you know, to just submit yourself and be humble and take yourself, you know, get information and take your business globally. This is what Mr. Gwatidzo is doing. You know, there's something that I learned from you the time we had the discussion. You were just giving credit to God. Everything that you're doing, I asked you a question, you say it's because of God. And I understand you're looking after more than 1,000 orphans that you're looking after. And sometimes not even there in the newspaper. What's the secret behind what you're doing? What inspires you to do that? And you don't even care whether the world is watching.
I think for me, you know, growing up as an orphan, I don't see helping an orphan as a business.
All right.
So to me, it's not something that I feel right to market about.
Okay.
Because it's someone's life that you are impacting, and I don't think it's up for sale. That's why we never talk about our initiatives that we do for helping orphans, because we are doing it because we believe we have to make a difference. We are not doing it because we want the world to know. We are doing it because we want to make a difference in those kids' life. So that's basically what is inspiring us to do that. And that's why we never talk about it. We'll continue doing it, and we'll still never talk about it. Our target is to at least, you know, assist 1 million kids in the next 5 years. And, you know, pretty much, you know, making a difference in 1 million kids, it's impacting Africa in a big way. Because you know, they'll be able to go to school, they'll be able to look after their parents, they'll be able to look after their own siblings, and they'll be able to create a life for themselves. So for me, that is real impact, is when we start to do things because we believe it's right. And we stop doing things because we want the world to see. I think it's a mind shift that we should just have to impact into people's lives, because we care about people and we care about humanity. It's not just about profit. Wow. Yeah.
You are hearing it. It's not about profit, but it's about doing your God-given mandate. Mr. Gwatidzo has been helping orphans. He has been doing a lot of charity work, and a lot of people are being impacted. And this is one of the keys that we also would want to give an aspiring entrepreneur, that as God is blessing you, you must be a blessing to someone. And this has taken him far. He has shared platforms with big guys that we are not even able to mention names here. But because of the grace and the love of God that he has, and God is helping him.
The Lord expects us to be creative, innovative, and empowering. To achieve this, join Pastor Lenny on the next episode of Be Inspired as he gives us some more life success tips. Thank you all for listening to this episode of Be Inspired. I hope you have been inspired by today's program, and I also hope you will put to act and practice everything that we have discussed today. Let's meet again next time as Pastor Lenny gives us more success tips.